What's up, everybody? Ken Drell Jones from Body Mechanics. Once again, it's Friday, so I'm guessing it's time for form check. Video stuff. All right, so on this week's form check, we're going over the shoulder press. Now, the reason why we're going over shoulder press this time is because, well, I saw it go pretty badly. So same thing, we're going over 3 good old tips just to help you maximize your shoulder press, to avoid injury, to actually make sure you get the most out of it, also to gain a little strength. And then also, we're going to go over the most common mistakes and also how to fix them. All right, so let's jump right into it. We're going with number one. Number one mistake is, number one most common mistake, or tip is, what you want to call it, is to actually line your body up, top to bottom. So overhead shoulder press, overhead press, and military press, whatever you want to call it. The function is to start right at the taper line with your arms straight up and go all the way up to where the bar and your body actually make a line. Line up from straight top to bottom with the bar. Now, the reason for that is shoulder press, military press, whatever you want to call it, is a full shoulder workout. Front shoulder, side, and your rear, your delts, your traps, all that is part of the shoulder press workout. So if you're in a straight line, top to bottom, you make sure you hit all 3 points and don't actually put on any extra muscle into that workout that don't need to be there. Now, most people, like I said, most people miss it by here or there. The way to fix that is to lighten up your weight, okay? Easiest way that most people do it is they'll use a Smith machine, or they'll sit down and do it that way with some kind of seat, or take a light weight with the bar. Watch yourself in the mirror and slow your motion down until you correct it. All right, number one, it's very simple. Lift to a straight line. Tip number one. So tip number two, or like I said, same thing, most common, or tip number two on how to maximize your shoulder press workout exercise thingamajigger, is to literally do full reps, okay? So when I say full reps, I mean for all the way down, all the way up, no half repping. Now, the reason for that is number one, you're still not activating all heads. You got your front delts, your side delts, your rear delts, your traps. All that activates as you do it. Of course, your core does it also, plus, and everything stabilizes. So if you're only half repping, number one, you can't keep your balance because you're not actually activating all the muscles, or you're half activating your muscles, which in this case ends up you being unstable, or just in general, you're just not gonna move the weight correctly. Like I said, that's pretty much, there's no shortcuts around it. So shoulders are very important, because they, like you said, like I do on most other videos, they literally are what makes your arm move, okay? So if you work them wrong, if you overwork them in the wrong direction, you can literally injure that and not do it right again, not have a shoulder. Like I said, that's pretty much it. So always do full reps, nice, slow, steady pace, to the fact that you can go all the way up, all the way down, nice 8 to 10 reps. For strength training, it likes 12 to 15 for endurance training. And like I said, and make sure you bang it out correctly. All right, this tip number two, full reps. I lost count a long time ago. All right, we're gonna keep on pushing. On to tip number three. Boom. All right, tip number 3 is a little bit more focused. That's also why it's tip number 3, okay? And it is your forearms need to be in a straight line, okay? So when you grab your bar, forearms in a straight line. So when you press, straight lines, okay? All right, now the reason for that is your elbow has to actually, all those joints and tendons, when you go in, they're pulling to keep the weight pretty much correct, to keep your shoulders in line and keep the weight correct. So if you have your arms correctly, pretty much in a big humongous W, I guess you want to call it that. Well, not W, what do you call this thing? Whatever you call this thing. If you have your arm, pretty much your forearm straight up and down, parallel to the straight up and down, right the bar on your actual tops of your hands, where your wrists don't bend, and flow all the way up and down. You can take your elbow out of the equation. All those tendons, all those extra muscles will not actually be a part of it because they're not supposed to be a part of it. All right, here is how you fix that. Okay, and it's a very simple fix. And most people are going to be like, oh man, this makes sense. It's to literally put your hands like this. Walk up to the bar, grab it. Done. Can't really mess that up, I hope. So put your hand where they're supposed to be at. When you're looking in the mirror, put your hand where you're supposed to be at. Walk up, grab the bar. That's your positioning every single time. Doesn't make a difference from that point in time on. Every single time you'll be in the correct form with your standing W shape thing with your arms. Yes. All right. All right. So now the most common mistake, and this is what gets people injured, is lifting more than you need to. No one needs to lift more than you need to. Shoulders are very, very important. I'm gonna say it 50 million times over, left and right. They're very important. But with that being said, they are something that's easy to build. They will grow strength faster than anything else. What you have to do is slow your roll. So if you have to build your way up till you get to a nice steady rate, build your way up to it. Start at the bar, drop on 20 pounds, maybe go up to 50, go on up to whatever you need to make sure you control that weight. But make sure you control the weight. The reason is when that bar comes down and you're unstable and the weight's too much for you and you start to teeter or totter, it's hard to keep stable. You're just not going to keep stable. Also, going up the wrong way with heavier weight, you will lose form. And as we all know, form is pretty much everything in lifting world. It's form. So, because you have a weight you can control, and the weight you're controlling, that way you can actually get your form correct. And over time, you will lift more. Your longevity will actually stay the same. And also, you're actually doing something correctly. All right. So, most common is quite literally using more weight than you need to. Don't do that. Pick your weight correctly. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of a bonus tip, okay? So here's how you literally can grow your shoulder press pretty fast, okay? So now I use it as a warm-up. A lot of people use it as an exercise, but it works pretty fast, okay? So internal and external rotations. External, internal rotations, okay? Do those with a cable or dumbbell, okay? Those two alone will actually help you build that shoulder muscle. It'll help you build it literally without having to put that much weight on you. It's lightweight. You can do pretty much as many reps you want to, and you will grow very, 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 very fast actually. In actual strength in general, along with you actually working your rotator cuff, which is what the most people get injured the most. And on top of that, like I said, you're just gonna have those big, humongous boulder shoulders that just make you look just massive. Okay, external. Internal, you can actually do the same thing, external and internal. They both work the same way. All those work out lightweight, more reps, and you will make sure you will burn that all. You will make sure you burn that, all right? So, once again, it's Kendra from Body Mechanics. Y'all know the drill. Hit that like button over there. Hit the share button over there. Make sure you subscribe not to miss another form check. As I said, I'm pretty much gonna try to do these pretty much on a regular basis, like I stated, and I've been trying my best to do it all right? Make sure you keep that up. Like I said, and I thank you guys for watching. We out.